They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And he's encouraged out of bounds after that 9-yard gain, so that's going to make it 2nd and 1.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. We're going to look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win.
And the Broncos, first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Play action with Mix. He's going to try to drop it in, deep right. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script, Brock. Test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And now the Bengals have it! No one around. He's got space! And he's going to return this to the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 13-0 lead. No one else you'd rather have scooping up that loose football. Somebody who could do some damage with it on a return.
Yeah, some poor fortune right there offensively. There was nobody there to, number one, make the...
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And now the Bengals have it. They get a little extra on top of that fumble recovery as they take possession. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot. Right, he's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and lead.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10.
Almost set. Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Incomplete.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll throw again. Nix. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
On 4th down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
On third down, here's Nix. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Nix is hit. He lost that football. But the Broncos will get it back. Heads up late to cover that one. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Dobbins trying the right side. He's got a gain of 6 there. Play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. 2nd and 3 now.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Shotgun hand off to Harvey. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Dax Hill up for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
That's good for the Denver Broncos.
Nix. He's got time here. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Cut deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Bengals get to it.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
The Cincinnati offense headed... Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Going left side. Here's Harvey. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Nix looking to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
As a quarterback, you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Pitch dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. Does force a 4th down. Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Collects this at the 32. Escapes a defender. And he gets him a nice chunk on that return on the front. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. It's going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
On 2nd
down, here's Dobbins. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing from the gun. Searches from the pocket. Now he's headed out left. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Jeremy Crawshaw out once again, punted away. Charlie Jones on the Bengals return. Secures this at the 17. And he's going to get him further up their side of the field with a nice return there, partner. Up past the 35. First and 10 now from the 30.
Over set. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Here's Dobbins again on second down. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're staring at a fourth down now after that sack.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
Begins his return at the 16. And he's going to get him further up their side of the field with a nice return there, partner, up past the 35.
Take over first and 10.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
2 to 12. Ready.
That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be second down.
QB runs could be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
That's good for a Denver Broncos. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Mitch holds on to it. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Ready.
Mitch holds on to it. Oh no, he lost control of another one. But the Broncos will get it back. Woo, heads up play to recover that one. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do, got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know, man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on third. Throwing from the gun here. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch a college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. That's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Kick by Lutz is good. And that lowers the lead to 21.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock.
Broncos to the line now. It's first and 10. Nick's now to throw. Hits his running back. 8-11 up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 23.
From the 23. And the Bengals are too much. They take him down. And the sack forces a now tougher third down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
And the Bengals bringing out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel, third down.
Ready.
Throwing here, Nix. And Trying to set the screen. Dobbins. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. Takes it in at the 26. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this series with an option left. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 31-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready, ready! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. Hits the 20. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Gets it again. And he's backed up again as they stop him for another loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Intercepted in the end zone. DJ Turner comes up with it. And the Bengals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
When chances to score have been so few and far between for your offense, Kate, you got to come through in these opportunities, especially now in the second half. Like all game, this defense has just risen to the occasion and jumped on the chance at that interception.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Set up!
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But the Broncos will get it back. Heads up play to recover that one. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball skills.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
All right, I'm to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again. Find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
3rd and long for him here. Short pass brought in. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Punting unit out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Pulled in at the 20. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that foot. First and 10 now from the 30.
70 Timber.
Shotgun snap now to Stidham. Looking for a target. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Might be time to reach into the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. Trying again following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Third and long now. It's Stidham. Stays in the pocket. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. They'll bring out the punter here. And this effort's going to give him an even half dozen tonight. Let's see what he can do on the return. And we'll love the effort on that return as he gets him all the way up beyond the 40.
Take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Bengals and Jamar Chase about to take over on offense once again. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got first and 10. Here's Stidham. Dumped off to his running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more. They'll come to the line here, second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here we go, second and 9. Connects with Johnson. They drop it with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. The shotgun, it's Stidham. He's got time here. Just got it away before the hit button. It doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
That's taken at the 15. And he's going to get him further up their side of the field with a nice return there, partner. Up past the 35.
Take over first and 10 at their own.
Broncos to the line now. It's first and 10. Off the play action, Stidham. Escapes the pocket. And this one doesn't go far. Second down now, 7 to go.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Working from the gun, here's Stidham. It's out, that's a live ball, bouncing near the goal line. And the Bengals get to it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Bengals grow their lead off the turnover. Well, Brock, you and I know after that first turnover they were able to take back. They were looking for another one, and lo and behold, they found it.
You felt it. I felt it.
Yep.
Everybody in the stands felt it. It wasn't just good enough to get the takeaway. They wanted to one-up what they did earlier, and look at the celebration now.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Stidham now. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And now the Bengals have it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Bengals capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Like Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping off that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more?
First call here coming from the shotgun. Stidham now to throw. Searching. Wow, it's free again! And now the Bengals have it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Bengals lengthen the lead at the end of the third. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the where? All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10.
70 Lions.
To the air with Stidham. Oh, the football's loose. And the Bengals get to it. Well, they can't have anything after that recovery, partner, but they do take possession of the football.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Set. Panther 60. Panther 60.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him.
It's a gain of
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
Throwing now from the gun. Outright, and Ingram makes the ground. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard
Here we
line.
go.
Sit him now. 1st and 10. Wow, it's free again! And the Bengals get to it! Oh boy, Brock, some very unfortunate deja vu offensively here. This is exactly how their last drive came to an end too.
Yeah, bummer for the offense, but exactly what the defense has worked on this week. Right, they find those ball security culprits and they take advantage of them. They study that tape, Kate, all week long, looking to see who's loose with the football and where they can take advantage of.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Hawks.
We get it on the ground here with Dobbins. The drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
31. 1-yard gain brings up
Throwing Stidham. Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete, so 2nd down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for 3rd down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I can feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck.
Wow, it's free again! And the Bengals get to it! Oh, man, yet again, Brock, an inability to hang on to the football. Just gonna guess, might be working a little harder on ball security next week. 3rd straight series, they put it on the turf.
Yeah, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day that ends in Y, you're probably going to do it because this is incredibly frustrating to not hold on to the football. It's left them searching for answers.
On the set.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Give up the middle to Harvey. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
First throw for the backup now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. sack to bring around third down.
Hey, Kate, it's time to add some players and some names and a team to the all-time record list. It used to read 12 when it comes to sacks, accomplished 5 times. But you know what we just witnessed? We just witnessed the 13th sack of this game in NFL history. This group has lived behind the other side of the line all game long, and now they will live in the record books right now.
And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this hit to the 4 before taking it back. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's Ellinger into the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. Another try following the sack. It's caught right side by Johnson. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
3rd and 8.
Ellinger to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
You can put that sack right into the coverage sack category. You can see the quarterback, he's scanning, right? He's going through his progressions. 1, 2, 3, nobody's open, and then bam, sack, lunch.
Punt team on the field, and he's been getting all of it every time out. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here come the Bengals to take. The Bengals take this one on the road. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb, going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, "Hill? What hill?"
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.